You shower, you use deodorant, but something's changed, and it's not just your imagination. After 60, body odor can shift in unexpected ways. In this video, we'll break down why it happens, what it really means, and the practical things you can do to feel confident and fresh every day without embarrassment. It's one of those things no one wants to talk about, but almost everyone notices. You reach a certain age, and suddenly the products you've used for decades stop working. You shower just like you always have. You use the same deodorant, maybe even upgraded to something stronger. But there's a shift, something subtle, something unfamiliar, and it leaves you wondering, is it just me? You're not imagining it, and more importantly, you're not alone. After 60, many seniors begin to notice changes in their natural body odor, and not because of poor hygiene. This isn't about skipping showers or neglecting care. It's a quiet, biological shift that sneaks in without warning. One that can feel confusing, even embarrassing. But here's the truth. It's far more common than we think. It's just that no one wants to bring it up. Maybe you've noticed it in yourself, or perhaps gently in a spouse, a friend, or a parent. Maybe you've felt that moment of insecurity when leaning in for a hug, wondering if someone else can smell what you now sense more often than you'd like to admit. It's a deeply human experience, and yet, the silence around it makes it feel isolating. But aging brings with it a cascade of invisible changes. Our hormones shift, our skin produces different oils, our metabolism slows, and our body's ability to regulate temperature and toxins changes. All of this can subtly affect how we smell. It doesn't mean you're unclean. It doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means your body is evolving, and that deserves understanding, not shame. This episode isn't here to point fingers or stir discomfort. It's here to replace embarrassment with insight and offer real, practical solutions you can use right now. We'll explore why this change happens, what's happening inside your body and skin that creates a different scent. We'll talk about the underlying health signals it might reflect, because sometimes body odor is more than just skin deep. And most importantly, we'll walk through respectful, gentle adjustments you can make to feel clean, fresh, and confident in your skin again. Because nobody over 60 should have to feel self-conscious in their own body. You've lived through too much, cared for others for too long, to let something so natural chip away at your peace of mind. Aging with grace doesn't mean ignoring the uncomfortable things. It means facing them with knowledge and compassion. So let's talk about it, openly, honestly, and with the dignity every senior deserves. As we age, so many things shift quietly within us. Our routines stay the same. We bathe, we care for ourselves, we wear the same familiar scents. And yet, something is different. You catch it in a quiet moment. Maybe folding laundry, maybe reaching for your coat, a subtle, unfamiliar scent that wasn't there before. You pause, wondering, is it me? The answer is both deeply personal and deeply biological. One of the most common reasons body odor changes after 60 is the natural decline in our hormones. For women, estrogen levels drop significantly after menopause. For men, testosterone levels decline gradually but noticeably with age. These hormonal shifts don't just influence mood or energy, they quietly affect your body's chemistry, right down to the way your sweat smells. Sweat isn't actually what smells. It's the interaction between our sweat and the bacteria on our skin. And as our hormones change, so does the type of sweat our bodies produce. It may become more concentrated, or the skin may retain moisture differently, leading to new reactions and new odors. It's not about being unclean, it's about chemistry. And that chemistry doesn't stop at hormones. With age, our skin produces less sebum, the natural oil that keeps our skin supple. This might sound like a good thing, especially if you've battled oily skin in your younger years. But sebum plays an important role in skin health and scent regulation. Less oil means the skin barrier weakens slightly, changing how sweat, bacteria, and environmental particles interact with our skin's surface. That shift can result in a scent that's sharper, more musty, or just different than what you've been used to your whole life. Another quiet factor? The skin's microbiome, the complex world of good bacteria that lives on your skin. With age, that balance can shift. Certain types of bacteria that thrive in younger skin diminish, while others, less familiar and more odor-producing, begin to increase. This new bacterial landscape reacts differently with the sweat we produce, leading to unfamiliar scents. On top of that, cell turnover slows as we get older. When we're younger, our skin renews itself every few weeks, but after 60, that process can slow dramatically. Dead skin cells linger longer on the surface, mixing with sweat and oils. That combination alone can lead to a subtle change in odor, one that no amount of scrubbing necessarily resolves, because the issue isn't cleanliness, it's biology doing what biology does, changing with time. Then there's the added layer of medications. Many older adults take daily prescriptions, some for blood pressure, others for heart conditions, thyroid imbalances, or pain management. While these medications are often life-saving, they can also impact how your body processes and excretes certain compounds. Some drugs cause the body to release odor-producing chemicals through sweat or breath. Others change the body's internal temperature or moisture regulation, which again plays a role in odor. Chronic conditions like diabetes, liver disease, or kidney issues can also have a noticeable effect. They can lead to a buildup of certain toxins in the bloodstream, which sometimes manifest through the skin or breath. The scent might be faint and only noticeable to you, or it might be more apparent. Either way, it's a signal worth listening to, not ignoring out of shame. And let's not forget lifestyle. If mobility has changed, bathing routines might shift too, not out of neglect, but because getting in and out of a tub becomes harder. Or maybe there's fear of slipping or chronic pain that makes daily care feel exhausting. These challenges are real and they affect how we care for our skin. But again, it's not about failure. It's about changing needs and finding new ways to meet them with dignity and gentleness. When you add all of these layers together, hormones, medications, microbiome shifts, chronic conditions, and slower skin renewal, you begin to understand that changing body odor isn't a personal flaw. It's not something to hide or feel embarrassed about. It's part of a larger picture. A quiet sign that your body is aging, yes, but aging in the way that all bodies eventually do. And in this understanding, there's peace. You are not broken. You are not less clean, less cared for, or less worthy. You are living through a stage of life that requires compassion, especially from yourself. By knowing the science, we remove the shame, and by understanding the why, we begin to make room for solutions that feel respectful, doable, and grounded in kindness. Because no one deserves to feel self-conscious in their own skin, especially not after a lifetime of showing up in that very skin for others. We often dismiss changes in body odor as just part of getting older, and sometimes, yes, it is a natural part of aging. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's your body whispering something more urgent, a quiet signal that something inside isn't working quite the way it should. It's easy to overlook. After all, we're taught to be discreet about body odor, to cover it, to mask it, to avoid talking about it. But if you suddenly notice that something smells different, stronger, sweeter, sour, or just off, it might be time to listen. Because body odor can be more than just a scent, it can be a sign. If you or a loved one begin to experience a sudden or dramatic change in personal scent, especially one that persists despite your usual hygiene routine, it may be your body's way of flagging an internal issue. For instance, a fruity or sweet smell on the breath or body may indicate high ketone levels, often a sign of unmanaged diabetes or even diabetic ketoacidosis, which is a serious medical emergency. That scent, sometimes compared to rotting apples or nail polish remover, is subtle, but once you notice it, it lingers. An ammonia-like odor, often described as sharp or metallic, might be related to kidney issues. When kidneys aren't filtering waste efficiently, toxins like urea build up in the blood and are released through sweat. That scent doesn't come from poor hygiene. It comes from the body trying to compensate for what the kidneys can't do. Then there's the musty or moldy smell, something often associated with liver dysfunction or metabolic disorders. If the liver isn't processing toxins properly, they can leak out through the skin or breath, creating a distinct and often unfamiliar odor. It's not just major organ issues either. Sometimes a deficiency in certain vitamins or minerals like zinc or magnesium can change your body's scent. Even dehydration can affect how your sweat smells. And if you've recently changed your diet, perhaps cut carbs or increased protein, those shifts can also alter the natural aroma of your skin. But here's the key difference. Natural, age shifts in scent tend to come on gradually. They're soft, subtle changes that evolve over months or years. What you want to look out for are sharp, sudden, or extreme changes, something that feels out of the ordinary, especially if it's paired with other symptoms like fatigue, weight loss, dizziness, changes in appetite, or increased thirst. The most important thing is to not ignore what you notice. Too often, we chalk these things up to paranoia or embarrassment. We assume it's nothing, or we convince ourselves we're imagining it. But your body is always communicating, and scent, though rarely discussed, is one of its most honest languages. There's no shame in seeking answers. In fact, it's one of the most courageous things you can do for your health. Talk to your doctor. Describe what's changed. If you're caring for an older loved one, bring it up with kindness and concern, not judgment. Say something like, "I've noticed a bit of a new smell lately, and I just want to make sure you're feeling okay." Sometimes that one simple conversation can lead to early detection of something serious. It's also worth remembering that not all changes in body odor are dangerous. Some may simply be the result of medication interactions, diet, or hormonal shifts. But when in doubt, it's better to ask. Medical professionals are trained to understand these clues. What may feel embarrassing to you is likely just another data point to them, something that helps them help you. The sooner you speak up, the more peace of mind you can have. And if it's nothing, that's something worth celebrating too. We have to shift the way we think about scent in older age. Instead of hiding it, masking it, or ignoring it, we can start treating it like what it is, a gentle health signal, one that deserves respect and curiosity. If your scent changes, don't reach for stronger soap and hope it goes away. Reach for the phone. Reach for your support system, because the goal isn't just to smell fresh, it's to feel well, whole, heard. Your body has spent decades carrying you through life. It's earned the right to be listened to. And when you listen, with care, not shame, you take a powerful step toward protecting your health, your confidence, and your future. By the time we reach 60 or 70, we've mastered decades of routines. Morning showers, favorite soaps, go-to deodorants. We've stuck to what works. But here's something many of us never expect. The routine that worked for 40 years may stop working now. And it's not because we're doing anything wrong. It's because our bodies, our skin, our chemistry have changed. Aging skin becomes thinner, drier, and more sensitive. The glands that once produced a steady balance of sweat and oil begin to shift. This is why a new scent might appear, and why old products might suddenly feel harsh or ineffective. So if you've been noticing a change in your body odor, or just don't feel as fresh by midday as you used to, you're not alone. And you're not powerless. A few simple hygiene habits, tailored for older adults, can make all the difference in helping you feel clean, confident, and comfortable again. Let's start with soap. Many traditional soaps are harsh on aging skin. They strip away natural oils, leaving your skin tight, flaky, and more prone to irritation. That dryness can actually worsen body odor because dead skin cells trap bacteria. Instead, look for gentle, antibacterial soaps that are labeled moisturizing or for sensitive skin. Ingredients like oatmeal, aloe, or glycerin can help clean without over-drying. Pay special attention to the key areas where odor tends to build: the underarms, feet, groin, and skin folds, like under the breasts or belly. These warm, enclosed areas are where bacteria thrive. But here's the key: be thorough, but don't over-scrub. Vigorous scrubbing can cause micro tears in thinning skin, which can lead to irritation or even infection. A soft cloth or gentle sponge, used daily with warm water and mild soap, is usually enough. After bathing, make sure to dry completely, especially in those same skin fold areas. Dampness allows yeast and bacteria to grow, which can worsen odor or cause rashes. Consider using a soft towel or even a blow dryer on the cool setting if reaching certain areas is difficult. What we wear matters too. Breathable fabrics, like cotton or moisture-wicking blends, allow air to circulate and sweat to evaporate, keeping skin drier and fresher throughout the day. Avoid synthetic materials that trap moisture and heat. They can contribute to odor and discomfort, especially in warmer months. And then there's deodorant. Many older adults find that their regular stick or spray no longer works the way it used to. Some even develop irritation where they never had it before. This is normal. Skin becomes more reactive with age. If this sounds familiar, try switching to a natural deodorant. Look for ones with baking soda alternatives, like magnesium or arrowroot if you're prone to rashes. These are gentler on sensitive skin, but still help manage odor. But if odor remains persistent, and especially if it interferes with daily life, don't hesitate to speak with your doctor. Prescription-strength deodorants are available, and there may be underlying medical reasons worth exploring, such as overactive sweat glands or bacterial imbalances on the skin. Hygiene isn't about vanity, it's about dignity. It's about feeling like yourself, clean, confident, comfortable in your own skin. And yet, so many older adults quietly struggle with changes in body odor because no one ever told them that this was part of aging. Or worse, they feel ashamed. But there's no shame here, only solutions, only small, consistent habits that make big differences over time. If mobility is an issue, don't hesitate to adapt. A shower seat, long-handled sponges, or even rinse-free cleansing cloths can help maintain hygiene without exhaustion. If arthritis makes twisting deodorant caps difficult, try roll-ons or pump sprays. Today's market is full of senior-friendly hygiene products that respect your independence and your needs. And if you're caring for an aging loved one, know this: how you approach hygiene matters just as much as what you recommend. Preserve their dignity, use gentle words, focus on how these changes are normal and how new routines are just about helping them feel better, not fixing anything. Because at the heart of all of this is one truth we can't ignore. Everyone deserves to feel fresh, respected, and whole at every age. Whether you live alone, have help, or are still adjusting to your body's new rhythm, know this: you're not doing anything wrong. Your body is simply evolving, and your habits can evolve too. Sometimes confidence isn't about grand gestures or fancy products. Sometimes it's just about the quiet relief of knowing that you're clean, cared for, and ready to greet the day with your head held high. That's what these simple hygiene shifts offer. Not just a fresher scent, but a deeper sense of self-respect. And that, especially after 60, is a beautiful thing. As we've learned, aging changes the body in subtle, surprising ways, and scent is one of them. But it's not just about what you put on your body. Sometimes the biggest influences on odor come from what you put into it. Many seniors don't realize that diet and medications can play a powerful role in how the body smells. You might be doing everything right externally, showering daily, using deodorant, wearing fresh clothes, and still feel like something's off. That's when it's worth looking inward, literally. Start with the foods you eat. Spices like cumin, curry, and chili can linger in your sweat for hours after a meal. Garlic and onions, though healthy in moderation, contain sulfur compounds that get released through the skin. Even cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage can sometimes leave a faint scent behind. Though they're rich in nutrients, they do break down into sulfur-inhaled molecules. It's not about cutting these foods out completely. It's about being aware of your intake and balancing them with odor-normalizing options. Parsley, mint, citrus fruits, and chlorophyll-rich greens like spinach can help offset stronger scents. And hydration is key. When you don't drink enough water, your body can't flush toxins efficiently. This leads to a more concentrated sweat that tends to smell stronger. Seniors are especially vulnerable here. As we age, we often lose the natural sense of thirst. By the time you feel dehydrated, Your body may already be under strain. Aiming for regular sips throughout the day, even if you're not particularly thirsty, can go a long way in regulating not just health but scent. Then there's the matter of medications. This is a conversation worth having with your doctor or pharmacist. Some prescriptions, like certain antibiotics, antidepressants, and diabetes medications, can alter your body's natural chemistry. They may cause changes in how you sweat, how your liver processes waste, or how your skin reacts to oils and bacteria. If you've noticed a sudden shift in your odor since starting a new medication, it's not just in your head. You're not imagining it. And you don't have to suffer in silence. Bring it up at your next appointment, not with shame, but with self-awareness. Your doctor may be able to adjust the dosage, change the medication, or suggest supportive supplements to ease the impact. Even vitamin deficiencies can contribute. Low levels of magnesium, for instance, are linked to increased body odor in some people. If your diet is limited, or you've been on long-term medications that affect nutrient absorption, a simple blood test could provide clarity and relief. What's most important is understanding that these changes aren't about being unclean or neglectful. They're physiological, they're chemical, they're human, and they deserve to be treated with care, not embarrassment. The truth is, we don't talk enough about these things because we were taught not to. Taught that dignity meant silence, that respect meant pretending not to notice. But real dignity comes from knowledge, from knowing what's happening in your body, from having the courage to ask the hard questions, and from refusing to let shame shape your self-worth. So if you've been quietly wondering why your scent has changed, know this: you're not alone. Many older adults are navigating the same concerns, and there are real, respectful, practical ways to manage it, from what you eat to what you wear, from how you clean your skin to the medications you use. Aging doesn't have to mean giving up confidence. It doesn't mean hiding in shame or hoping no one notices. With the right knowledge and a few thoughtful changes, you can move through your days with assurance, knowing your body is doing what it's supposed to, and you're doing everything you can to support it. Because at the end of the day, aging well isn't about perfection, it's about presence. It's about staying in tune with your body, responding to it with compassion, and taking each day as a chance to live with grace, wisdom, and yes, even freshness. You're not dirty, you're not doing anything wrong, your body is just changing, and that's okay. After 60, so much shifts. Our routines, our energy, our relationships, and yes, even our scent. But somewhere along the way, society convinced us that talking about these things was impolite, that acknowledging them meant weakness, that any change we couldn't control had to be hidden, managed in silence, or brushed under the rug with shame. But the truth is this: there is no shame in the natural changes of aging. There is only life, unfolding, evolving, and showing us new sides of ourselves. A change in body odor isn't a failure. It's not a sign you've done something wrong. It's your body trying to tell you something. And when we listen with compassion instead of criticism, we give ourselves room to adapt, to understand, and to take care of ourselves in a way that's rooted in dignity. There's dignity in naming the truth. There's power in understanding it. If you've noticed a shift in your scent, whether gradual or sudden, you're not alone, and you're not less worthy of comfort, care, or confidence. You deserve to feel fresh, whole, and respected every single day. It might mean switching to a more skin-friendly soap. It might mean drinking a little more water, maybe adjusting your diet or asking your doctor about medications. Maybe it's a matter of replacing tight synthetics with breathable cotton. Or maybe it's simply realizing that your body's doing what bodies do. It's aging. And that doesn't make you unlovable. It makes you human. There is something powerful in reclaiming that truth, in saying, this is happening, but I know what to do. That's confidence, that's ownership, and that's what we're really talking about here. After 60, confidence doesn't come from hiding what's happening. It comes from knowing what to do about it. It comes from learning, adapting, and supporting ourselves with wisdom and grace. Let's stop treating these changes like secrets. Let's talk about them with each other, with our doctors, and with our families. Let's build a culture that doesn't mock or minimize these deeply personal experiences, but treats them with the respect they deserve. Because aging isn't something to be embarrassed about, it's something to be honored. And that includes the conversations we've been too afraid to have. So if you're someone who's been quietly struggling, wondering why your deodorant doesn't seem to work the way it used to, if you've hesitated to attend a gathering, worried you might smell different, if you've ever felt less confident walking into a room, know this: you're not alone, and more importantly, you have options, you have tools, you have support. This isn't just about scent, it's about self-worth. It's about taking back the narrative and saying, I deserve to feel good in my skin. And you do, every single day. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this video brought you comfort, clarity, or even just a quiet me too, know that this space is here for you. Aging is a journey we don't have to walk alone, especially when we speak honestly about what's really happening. If you found this helpful, please consider subscribing. It helps more seniors and their families find the support and understanding they deserve. And if there's a topic you want us to cover, leave a comment below. This channel isn't just about aging, it's about aging with dignity, wisdom, and truth. Take care of yourself. You are not invisible. You are seen, you are valued, and you matter. Until next time, be kind to your body and to your beautiful, evolving self.